a lot of beginners don't know what they don't know. They're like, yeah, I'm learning like RCC 2027, and it's like, and they're like, I'm playing all the notes. I mean, technically, does it sound and look good? There's like degrees of like being able to play something. A lot of beginner and intermediate players, like they're hyped up and they want to play like their favorite solo from their favorite group. I get it. I did that too. But when you're new, like you don't know that there's a difference in sound quality between this and this. Night and day different in terms of how I was approaching it, how it sounded, how it's going to sound with like 7 other people on a snare line, etc. You can't hear that difference when you're like newer to drumming. At first, when you're like a beginner or even an intermediate drummer, you're just focused on like hitting notes. But there's like more than just like playing a rudiment. Like, is this a flam drag? Yeah, technically. Does it sound good? Not even close. And eventually you'll get to a point where you'll like realize, oh, wait, like maybe I should like play the taps lower as opposed to playing it like that. And then you'll get to like, okay, well, how do I change the interpretation so that my right hand diddles matches my left hand diddles? So like one of them is not slurred out, the other is not rushed, etc. And then you'll get to like more like fine tune, like, well, what about the velocity in this accent versus this accent? It's not just about the height, it's also about the speed with which it goes from here to right here. Like you learn these like increasing layers of complexity with the drumming. So then eventually you get to a point where you like are diving so deep into something that seems simple when you were younger is actually really complicated to play it really well. And so it can like feel like you're slowing yourself down because you're playing stuff with a higher granularity of perfectionism, and it ends up slowing you down and not learning as much as you may have used to when you were first starting out, but you're refining it in a way that it actually sounds significantly better than when you were first learning how to do stuff. So this like idea of like, I'm just going to get 1% better and it's going to be exponential growth, that's not going to happen. What it actually happens is like you make progress like this, then it starts to plateau. Your level of perfectionism that you apply to the things that you're trying to work on, the bar is higher, so it takes longer to achieve those results with what you're practicing. And it makes it harder to learn things at the level that you want to be at than when you're at the beginning with it. So yeah, you could like learn all the goofy stuff, like the hard drum solos, but is that gonna like make it so that you're gonna be able to like march on those drum lines? No. Like learning like the Blue Devil Shopping Spree poorly versus like being able to play 8/8/16 really well. Which one are they going to care about more? They're going to care about playing clean rather than like, cool, you can play flam drags fast and they sound terrible. Like, how about you slow them down? Which is why I've got like so many different videos talking about like focus on the basics. And when I was younger and first starting off, I probably wouldn't have listened to that. I'd be like, what do you know? Before I get to the next tip, I just want to say really quickly that you can find literally thousands of hours of free drumming play-alongs and drumming tips in the link at the top of the description or by going into my home tab of YouTube. This progress journal is keeping track of how I'm playing on the stuff that I'm practicing, like this thing that I'm not good at yet. It allows me to keep track of how I'm doing over time to see progress over time. When I'm working on something that is newer to me, it's going to fluctuate. Some days it's going to sound great. Other days it's not going to sound great. That's normal. But when you're newer to drumming, you don't have that context for like what it looks like for learning how to play something like this. What I would recommend doing is not just focusing on the BPM, but also focusing on what was the quality of the playing and how did I feel while doing this. Those 3 things aren't always in alignment. So sometimes when you're playing through something, you're playing it faster, it sounds worse. Or sometimes you're playing through something and it sounds slower, but it feels way better than it did. So if you are just focusing on the BPM thing, you might not be noticing that your quality of playing and how you feel while practicing overall is getting better. Using a journal like this allows me to keep track of like my quality of playing, how I felt while doing this, etc., over an extended period of time. This is something that I am doing to improve my playing, and I've been playing for almost 30 years. If you go all the way into the tips and lessons section, inside of the drumming tips playlist in here, there's just under 23 hours of me answering questions like your question. If we scroll all the way down to the drumming tip number 74, this one, there's a link to a template that's in the description. It's also in the pinned comment. It'll pop up a window and be like, hey, do you want to make a copy of this for your Google Drive? And you say yes, and then it gives you a blank version of this. Making a journal like this is going to help you to be able to keep track of how you're playing. But another way you're able to keep track of the quality of the playing and how you feel and to stay motivated is to actually record yourself practicing. If you record yourself playing through a drum solo or playing through a beat or playing through an exercise, whatever, if you record that and then come back a month later after having practiced it and listen to that recording and then play through it, you'll be able to hear growth over time. Even if it doesn't feel like it, it allows you to keep track of progress, just like you can with data. So the data for me is like a great way to, oh, I'm making progress because I'm speeding it up, or the quality of the playing is getting better, how you feel is getting better, etc. This is great for somebody like me with autism, but for somebody like you, maybe it's not great. Maybe you'd prefer to just record yourself and go, oh, I can actually hear the difference of this, the quality of it. Having those regular check-ins once every couple of weeks, every 4 weeks, every quarter, whatever, with the things that you're practicing can make it so that you are staying motivated because you're able to hear that progress over time. The problem with practicing is you are constantly hearing every single mistake that you are making when you're playing. And if you're anything like me with the overthinking side of things, you might listen to it and go, ugh, I'm terrible. Why am I not improving? But what you're not hearing is the little progress because you're focusing on the things you're trying to improve as opposed to the things that are already fixed. So like if I achieve a goal, I'm like, yay, immediately on to the next thing that I want to work on. And that might be the same thing with your playing. So you might improve, like, let's say rhythmic accuracy of a herto with your feet or whatever it is. And you're like, yeah, this is great. It's getting better. And as soon as it gets to the point where it sounds good, you're immediately moving on to the next thing. That's good in terms of like focusing on the things to improve, just keep pushing yourself, etc. But from a motivation standpoint, it can lead to burnout. There are ways to like mitigate that burnout. And I talk about that in some other drumming tips videos. Tip number 129, if you're not making progress because you're distracted and feeling burnt out. But know that this is a typical part of the process of like improving. It's okay that you're not noticing the progress because you're so focused on trying to improve, but there are ways that you can work through that by recording yourself or using the journal to like be able to go, oh, I am making progress. So as an example, I do a quarterly reflection, look back at the data, set myself some goals and like think like, what are some lessons that I've learned? What do I want to do for this next upcoming quarter? Sometimes I'm like, man, I just feel like I wasn't productive or I wasn't meeting my goals for the things that I wanted to improve. But then when I go back and I look at the data and I'm like, oh, this is actually better than it was a year ago. And it was better than a year prior to that. Having that long-term data has really helped me to be able to see that progress. And again, it might be the BPMs, but it could also be the quality of your playing. It could be how you feel while playing it. Like, do you feel more comfortable playing something? Do you feel more relaxed while playing something, etc.? So those are all things that can hopefully help you out with that. One other thing that I'll mention, it takes more time than you might think to improve at something. The amount of effort that it takes to really get good at something is likely a higher bar than most students that I've worked with think it's going to be. So they might be like, oh, I think it's going to take me 20 hours to learn this thing. It might take 100. Instead of thinking of progress in terms of how many hours you spend on stuff, think in terms of like weeks or ideally months or years to try and improve things. So you've only been playing for like a year or so. I had a drum kit professor at Arizona State University who said he spent an entire year working on one groove, until he got it to where it sounded good. So the total amount of time that you've been playing, he spent on one measure. 4 counts, that's it, until it got to the point where he sounded the way he wanted it to. And he's been drumming longer than I've been alive. If it takes that guy that long to learn that, it might take you that long as well to learn some other things. So don't beat yourself up with it if you feel like you're not making progress on it. You likely are, you just need to be able to keep track of that data.